All right, welcome FMAC community, all of our students, families, friends, and visitors. It's always good to have you with us. This cycle, our talks have focused on how to achieve goals. This week, we complete our talk by focusing on how to deal with the discouragement that often comes with working towards a goal. Our talk begins with Doodle preparing for her second science test as she works to earn an A in science. Well, she was working really hard. 2 nights before the test, 90 minutes. Night before the test, 90 minutes. Oh, she thought about that 92 she got on the first exam. That kind of kept her encouraged. But after a while, she got a little bit tired, decided it was bedtime. So the next morning, she'd be up, all up, ready and right to go to school with Tippy. And once she got there, she grabbed her book and went right to the cafeteria, because in there, a lot of her friends met in the morning to do a little bit of studying before the day began. Well, time had come. She was taking the test. The teacher then collected them, scored them, and handed them back. She waited nervously at her seat, and then she got her test. It was an 86. Oh, her heart just dropped. She couldn't believe it. She just sort of stared off into space and felt kind of scared on the inside. Wow. Meanwhile, across town, Tippy was getting ready for another one of Wisdom's talks at FMAC. He was talking about indomitable spirit. This is the black belt character that gives us inner strength to overcome anything that gets in our way of what we're trying to accomplish. He talked about when you decide to work towards something, let's call it a goal. You want to get all A's, or you want to do this or do that. We'll say that that's a goal. What's going to happen is obstacles are going to get in the way. They are going to, it's not if, it's when. Now, what most people do when this happens is they just give up. They sit down and they say, it wasn't meant to be, or I'm just not good enough, I'm not smart enough. Well, what other people do is they say to themselves, all right, wait a minute now, I want to work towards that trophy. I know there's going to be obstacles. Let me figure out a way to deal with them before they even come up. And once you can do that, indomitable spirit will give you all the strength and energy you need to break through every obstacle that gets in your way to achieving your goal. Well, he loved that talk, but he thought a minute about all the times that he gave up on things because it was a little tough, instead of staying with it a little bit longer. Karate for him was a little bit tough at first, but he stayed with it and did really well after that. He liked the idea of using indomitable spirit strength to help you get through any obstacle so you can achieve the things you want to achieve. Well, he got home and he hung up his jacket and he went to find Doodle, see how she was doing. Hey, Doodle! And she just sat on the bed staring at him, a little teary-eyed. He said, hey, what's wrong? She showed him the test. Oh, Doodle, I'm so sorry. She said, all that work and nothing to show for it. I am such a failure. Doodle, you didn't fail. You got an 86. That's a great score. But it's not a 90. I'll never get an A now. And she started to feeling apathy. Apathy just doesn't want to do anything, just gives up the moment something gets hard. I give up. I never should have even tried. Doodle, you're not a failure. You haven't failed anything. The only way you fail is if you give up trying. She thought about that. Her favorite character was Perseverance, and his lesson is never give up trying to work on your goals. Never give up. She thought about that. Well, Tippy took a moment, got the chair. He was about to give one of his lectures again, and he started telling Doodle about what he had learned of indomitable spirit. How it's that inner strength to help you overcome things that get in your way. Like a wall, like anything, discouragement, whatever it might be, you can learn to either give up or you can learn a plan to get through it. Once you have that plan and the motivation and indomitable spirit can bring you, there's nothing that's going to stand in the way of your goal. And Doodle, you've already had a plan for if you don't get 90 on the second test. Remember, you were going to spend another night of studying. See, you've already prepared for this. She said, oh, 3 nights of studying, that's an awful lot of work. He said, yeah, it is a lot of work, Doodle. Anything of real value takes time, and it takes hard work to accomplish. She said, well, what if I can't work hard enough to get an A? She was feeling a little afraid again. He said, you will never know until you really try. Think the worst that could possibly happen is you get a B instead of an A. She thought and said, yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Tippy. Her fear faded a little bit, but she sure didn't look happy. He said, oh, come on, Doodle, cheer up, you can do this. To achieve any goal, you begin by believing in yourself. That's when fear dissolved completely and indomitable spirit took its place. You're right. I'm going to believe in myself. I can do this. You can still earn an A in science. You need at least a 92 on the final test. Well, I got a 92 on the first test. I know I can do it again. That's great, Doodle. With that attitude, you're on your way to earn that A. And she said, thanks, Tippy. I really appreciate all your help. He said, you're welcome, Doodle. Now go get him. And do you want to know what happened next? Well, Doodle began to study like she has never studied before. She did an extra night of studying, 3 nights before, then 2 nights before, and then the night before. More studying than she had done for any of the other tests. The day came. She's sitting in class. She's taking the 3rd exam. The papers were collected. They were scored and handed back. And when she looked at her test paper, she got a 93. She got 1 point more than she needed for an A. She gave a little woohoo with her arms up in the air. She earned an A. With hard work and indomitable spirit, she achieved her New Year's resolution. And with realistic goals, proper planning, and good old indomitable spirit, you can accomplish your dreams and ambitions. If you can believe in yourself and in the value of your dreams, and if you can learn to see that obstacles are detours, they are not stop signs, they are detours, then you can achieve the future you'd like to have for yourself and for your family. You can do this. Now, you all go get them, okay? And until your next visit, stay safe and stay well.